Alright, so we've got Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash, currently, I don't think we've got any grass Pokemon in here, so he's going to be a little bit of a struggle to deal with, just because we don't have anything that's going to do super effective damage. Thundurus we've dealt with pretty well before, especially against our battle with Douglas TV. He brought out a Thundurus. We dealt with that fairly effectively. I was pretty happy with that. And then Charizard, based on the team, I can't really make a judgment here. It might be Charizard X because he's got a lot of special attackers, not a whole lot of physical attackers. So maybe that's what we'll run up against. Alright, now I have a tendency to run out Meowstic first, and today is no different. Hello everybody, this is DKG's Avos Thundurus. Can be a bit of a threat. Genesect, also a threat. A modified Kabutops with a freaking cannon on its freaking head. It's not a laser beam, but it's pretty much the same. I'm not sure if that translated over very well, but it sounded like laser beams on their friggin' head. Alright, Thundurus being ground flying. It looks like Meowstic's not going to be able to help out too much, so Meowstic's going to have to switch out here. Where do we want to go from here? A lot of times what we're going to go into is Azumarill. Azumarill is going to do super effective damage. We've already got the Intimidate soaked up by Meowstic. Not going to have to worry about it too much. Thundurus can be pretty quick, but, I mean, with that Stab Earthquake, that's something that we have to worry about a lot. U-Turn going to come out, though, and not going to do a whole lot against Azumarill, so we're not too worried about it. But we are going to be countered pretty well, so probably Rotom coming out. That's probably the next thing that's coming out here. And without our Mega Venusaur or our Trevenant, we don't have a whole lot that can really soak up Rotom. So we could assume that our Assault Vest is going to help out and assume that we're going to be okay. Why not? Let's see it. Looks like T-Wave is going to come out from our Rotom. I think he was predicting a switch, so he didn't want to go for that Volt switch or anything, but I'm going for the Play Rough. I want to see what he's going to be able to do. They're usually special defensive bulky, so you're not going to see a whole lot of crazy defense on them, but it looks like he's pretty defensive bulky. We're going to see if we can avoid Parahacks for a couple turns. Looks like Volt Switch is going to come out. And again, because I've got the Assault Vest on Azumarill, I'm thinking that I'm going to be alright with at least one, if not two Volt Switches or Thunderbolts. So I feel pretty safe about that. We're going to be okay. Looks like we really only had enough life to take really one very well, but we did alright. I'm pretty happy with that. We don't have anything that's really going to restore HP on Azumarill, so being at half health is a little threatening, especially below half health. We saw the yellow in there. And the paralysis doesn't really affect Azumarill that much because we do have Aqua Jet, but it is something that we have to worry about because paralysis will decrease our ability to attack. But it looks like Play Rough going to come out here, fighting through that pretty well. Now, with the reduced attack, I really don't think Aqua Jet's going to be able to finish it off, so we're just going to go straight into Walrein at this point. See what Landorus is really going to be able to do to him. He's got a decent amount of defensive bulk, but we'll figure it out. The biggest thing about Walrein is that he's really threatening to Thundurus, or Landorus. Landorus. Did I say Thundurus before? I meant Landorus. But apparently that Earthquake far more threatening than I was giving him credit for. Man, that guy hits for a lot. Now at that point, with him being this low on health, we can probably go for Protect, try and see if he's going to just go for some sort of U-turn and get out of here. We'll see what it is. If he goes for U-turn and gets Landorus out of here, he's going to have to pick the first Pokemon, but it looks like Earthquake, we're not going to be able to survive another shot from that. I really don't want to switch a whole lot into it. Just seeing how much damage that did to Walrein. Walrein's got a lot of HP, 217 to be exact, and his defense is pretty high too. It's not crazy, but it's in the 100 range. If anybody was going to take a shot from that, I figured it was going to be Walrein. Not so. Sorry, Walrein. I didn't want to sacrifice our Azumarill that fast. Sorry, buddy. Alright, now at this point, we've got our bold-natured Meowstic. We're going to take a chance here. We lost a little bit of Pokemon. We lost a little bit of HP. We lost a little bit of, So I'm going for the swagger hacks. We're going to see what's going to go on. It looks like Porygon 2 got the trace going on. Gets that prankster. Now that means that he's going to have priority recover, which is actually pretty cool. We're going to go for that confused damage. Normally Porygon 2 is going to be a special attacker, so swagger on Porygon 2. Really not going to help him out too much. We're going to go for the T-Wave. We should be faster than Porygon 2, even if he's got prankster, even if he's going for that recover. Trace actually awesome. Really enjoy that. Now, I go for the download on my Porygon 2 just for that chance of increasing his special attack, because he's more of a bulky special attacker. Because I maxed out his special attack, he's a modest nature, and I maxed out his HP, gave him that extra bulk with Eviolite. Is it the only way to go? No, it is not. But it is a way to go. A way to go. So I'm going to set up the light screen now that I've got him paralyzed and confused, see what kind of damage he's going to be able to do to himself. Yes, I know that he's got Signal Beam available. Toxic, really not going to help out too much, but a Toxic Stall is going to be helpful with a Porygon. But now that we know that's what we're going up against, we should be okay. We can leave Meowstic in one more turn, no problem. Get that swagger going. See if we can get him to clear things out a little bit. Using Porygon 2 is awesome. If anybody's got access to Porygon, breed yourself one. Make yourself a Porygon 2, because as I've said before, well, Porygon's stupid good. Now we've cleared out that prankster Porygon 2, we're going to go for the swagger on Mandibuzz. Apparently missing on it. Now, 3 turns is usually the limit on keeping a Pokemon out. Just saying. Keeping a Pokemon out with Toxic, usually 3rd turn is about the limit. And the reason is that Toxic starts building up way too much after that 3rd turn that you're really not going to keep it in. I've got a bold nature, max defense, max HP, Meowstic coming out here. So I feel like he's going to be alright taking one shot. Especially with that 181 HP, he should be okay. He's got a decent chunk of defense, so we're going to leave him out and about. Now with Mandibuzz paralyzed, did get some action in there. Mandibuzz, we really didn't want to give it that swagger, but is what it is. Thankfully, because it missed, we don't have to worry about it too much. And now it looks like Taunt coming out. We don't have to worry about that on Meowstic, because Nidoking's in. Nidoking, Life Orb, Sheer Force against a paralyzed Mandibuzz. We're not going to be able to do, like, one-hit KO, but we're going to be able to do a decent chunk of damage with that. And then the Para-Hacks. Oh, yes. Digging it. I'm into this. This fits my interests really well. Now we got 2 Pokemon set up. We still have our Meowstic around. We still got our Prankster. We don't know. I don't think he's really going to want to switch too much in against Nidoking. Except maybe, seeing the fact that we went for that Ice Beam. Porygon 2, pretty bulky, so that's going to happen. Sheer Force. Ooh. Oh, Sheer Force. Oh, could you imagine? Oh, that's so cool. Sheer Force, like, Tri-Attack. You get the stab, the nice special attack. Oh, that's so sick. I'm excited about that. I don't want to take it, but I'm excited about it. Alright, with that, we could switch into our own Porygon, get our own Bolt going on, but with him having Sheer Force, we got to go into something that can resist most of the stuff that he's going to have available. And so I picked Scissor. Scissor should be able to deal with most of the normal attacks that he's going to bring out. Most of the moves he's going to bring out. He has access to Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Psychic, Psyshock, Tri-Attack, and Signal Beam. Most of those aren't really going to do that much against a Steel-type Pokemon, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm expecting there's an Eviolite on this thing. I'm not going to be able to really take it out. I'm not going to be able to take that Eviolite off at the moment, but I am going to go for Thief. Just try and get something going. Trying to do some coverage against a lot of stuff. Really, unfortunately, with Mandibuzz coming out here, it's not going to do near as much damage as we wanted. But maybe, just maybe, with a nice little Bullet Punch coming in, we might be able to do alright. Fortunately, our light screen does wear off. I'm not really thinking U-turn's going to do too much, but maybe Bullet Punch should be able to deal with this because it's not dark against dark. Mandibuzz a great switch at that point. Nicely done. I don't have knockoff on Scissor, but I've got Thief, and he was running the Mega, so it is what it is. Now with Charizard coming out and about, we really don't want to leave Scissor in, just because that's a dumb choice. There's no two ways about that. That's a dumb choice. So we're going to go into Porygon 2 at this point. We don't want to really set up Charizard with Meowstic at this point with our light screen fading. And now we're going to be able to check whether this is a Charizard X or Y based on which one it Mega Evolves into. I'm really thinking it's going to be X based on the rest of the team. A lot of the Pokemon that he had were special attackers. And so if you had a special defensive wall with 5 special attacking Pokemon, then you've only got Landorus that's going to be able to come in and take anything out. But if you've lost Landorus, then your entire team is screwed. So if this is a Charizard Y, I'm going to be very surprised, and it's going to be a little bit imbalanced on that team. But it looks like it is Y after all. He's going to get the Drought. He's going to get the Drought Flamethrower. It's going to be a lot of damage. A lot of damage. I really do like Charizard X. I don't think he's utilized nearly as much as Charizard Y. I think a lot of people like Charizard Y because of the Drought, because it adds more to Solar Beam, but I like having Dragon Flying. I think that's actually a really cool combination. I think it's awesome. Alright, now Porygon 2 taking that little damage from Solar Beam. I imagine Flamethrower is the next one up. We're not going to be able to outspeed it, and I don't think we're going to be able to take Flamethrower from either. Rocking a hard place there. Solar Beam was predicting the switch on Scissor. Had we stayed in, we would have been able to do some damage, but even still, we wouldn't have been able to do a whole lot. I feel like Azumarill would have been the predicted switch, but we weren't going for it just because we didn't want to bite on that. We're going to go ahead and go for T-Bolt here. It's going to be doing super effective damage. We hope that Fire Blast misses or he had Flamethrower and survive it, but unfortunately Porygon 2 not going to happen. We do want to let that Drought subside for a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and go into Meowstic. Try and paralyze that Charizard. We know that he's got one Pokemon set up still around for a nice para-switch with that Porygon 2 available. So he could go for that, but it looks like he's going to keep that Charizard out. We're going to set up some more Pokemon on the team. If we can survive, if we get the Para-Hacks here, we should be alright. Looks like Fire Blast still going to make it through. And that's a lot of damage coming our way. Meowstic not going to be able to survive because he's bold, max defense, max HP. It sucks that we lost Porygon 2, but now that he's paralyzed, he's right on par. Right on the same level with Charizard Y. We burned out a little bit of Sun, not a lot, but Solar Beam, a really big threat. What you got coming at me, Charizard? This is a really dumb switch coming up. Really dumb switch. It's predicting something, but we'll see how it goes. We're going to play the game. Nice. Alright. We don't really have to worry about huge power on Porygon, but this is a double switch. Whew. I didn't know if that was going to work out in my favor or not. We're going to go for the Swords Dance straight away. We know that Charizard can come back out. The sun should fade at the end of this turn. So if he's got that count up, we could have just gone for some damage straight away. But we don't have to worry about Charizard. Ooh, if he switches in on this turn, looks like Rotom. Got that Swords Dance up. We're not going to be able to go for too much going on. But it looks like with that sunlight fading, Charizard Y is probably going to come out sometime soon. We really don't want to stick around for that too much. Rotom is fairly slow. We're going to go for that stab. Nice little U-turn. Get it going. Critical hit probably didn't make too much difference. Now I do expect that we've got some sort of Charizard coming out. And Charizard Y is going to be a bit of a threat. We do have to worry about it. Nidoking, go! Let's do it. I don't know. Charizard, I imagine, is the one that they want to bring out. Landorus, also a good option because of Earthquake and my inability to do too much about it. There it is. Alright, Landorus is going to be able to deal with Nidoking really well. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to take it. What do we have left? We know that he's got a Porygon 2. We know that he's got a paralyzed Charizard. We know that he's got this Landorus that's staring us straight in the face. I can't remember what that 6th Pokemon is. Nidoking's really not going to be able to outspeed Landorus. We're not going to be able to take that at all. Yes, Landorus has, in the Therian mode, has a little bit less attack than his normal mode. But with a stab super effective Earthquake, really it's not going to be much of a difference. I don't want to send out Scissor straight away, just because, well, I mean, Earthquake's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to be neutral damage, but it looks like it's our best bet here, trying to keep things alive to deal with other things. Knowing that Nidoking's not going to be able to outspeed much of anything, Hammer Arm's going to be neutral damage as well. Ouch! But his speed fell, that's helpful. That is nice for us. Let's see what kind of damage we can do here. I don't know. He might be Choice Banded. That might be why he's got so much so much damage dealing going on for him. But it looks like he's going for that Trace with Technician. That can't help him out a little bit here. But I don't think he's got any moves that are really going to be below 60. And it looks like, oh man, that did so much. Nice. This might be special defensive. Alright. Azumarill. Oh, please help me, Azumarill. You're my buddy, right? You are my buddy. Bring out that Aqua Jet. Bring home the noise. We know that Azumarill has the Assault Vest. We know that he should be able to take one shot. We've seen Toxic, which won't do anything to Azumarill because he's already paralyzed. And we haven't seen Tri-Attack, but we've seen Ice Beam. We haven't seen a whole lot out of this thing, actually. I imagine he's got Recover, so we want to do as much damage as quickly as possible. We do have Brick Break and Huge Power, so we've got a rather large attack stat, but because of the Assault Vest, we wouldn't be able to use Belly Drum even if we could, and we don't have the HP for it anyway. Oh, man. Alright, what you gonna do? What you gonna do with the Azumarill coming for you? What's up, buddy? Bringing it. We are bringing this noise. I don't know if I outspeed this or not. I actually have no clue. Just because I haven't compared Porygon 2 to Azumarill in a really long time. Haven't had to worry about it, but we do clear out that Azumarill. Or clear out that Porygon 2 with Azumarill. Really well done there. Thank you, Azumarill. Marilyn is her name. I love it. Oh, Marilyn. Love it. Alright, with Charizard out and about, with that Sunlight out and about, I really would love to keep Marilyn around. Just to deal with that Therian Landorus. Oh god, this is a terrible decision. I hate having to make this decision. Oh man. Oh, this is so bad. I didn't want to make this decision, but it had to be done. Oh, it had to be done. So we've got a Azumarill at 81 HP. I really want it to stay around for that Therian Landorus. So here's what I'm thinking about. I can keep it in, lose it, keep Scissor around. Scissor is Mega and has a huge attack stat, especially as the Mega. Then I'm going to be able to hopefully clear out that Landorus with our Scissor. It's a little bit of a risk, but we can go for it. We'd lose Azumarill, which would lose our huge power Aqua Jet, which would mean that it would be a little bit tougher, but it's possible. We could go for Aqua Jet on Charizard, which is going to do half damage just because of the sunlight, but I really don't like doing this. Throwing out Scissor losing it, potentially. I mean, Solar Beam may not actually deal with Scissor, but it should. There's little enough HP on Scissor. He's not bulky enough. But we survive. Awesome. Not bad. Good job, Scissor. Alright, so at this point, we can go for Thief, try and do some damage here. We're not going to go for the U-turn. We're not going to go... Not bad. Oh, yeah! We get the Parahacks. Oh, that was a really rough decision. I'm telling you guys. Now, had he predicted the switch, gone for the Flamethrower or Fire Blast missed or something, crazy different game. But, knowing that he was going for Solar Beam, most likely against a Azumarill, knowing that we wanted to keep that Aqua Jet around for that Fairy and Landorus, knowing that Charizard is paralyzed, so we don't have to worry about it outspeeding our Scissor, it just seemed like the best choice to sacrifice Scissor, try and get some damage in with Scissor, try and burn out some of the sunlight as well, and see what we could do there. Now, with Thief doing that much damage to Charizard Y, oh, man, that's a relief. Now we're going to be able to go for that stab bullet punch straight away into that Fairy and Landorus' face, because he's a jerk. Or against Genesect. Alright, Genesect. What is it, Bug Steel Pokemon? Which always weirds me out, because a lot of the things say that he's based off of, like, a lot of the rumors out there that, hey, by the way, this is Kabutops. That's what everybody thinks. But Kabutops wasn't a bug type, so whatever. Alright, what color is that? Get away, screen. Is that yellow? Is that yellow? I think that's electric. Okay. Electric. So if we outspeed Genesect, which we might, we should be okay going for Thief and trying to do some damage neutrally. Oh, but the Flamethrower, he outspeeds us by quite a bit. Could have gone for the Bullet Punch, wouldn't have done a whole lot of damage though. So I really didn't want to really go for it there. Now Nidoking's going to come out here. Nidoking has Fire Blast, which is going to be super effective. Oh man, Nidoking. Nidoking's not going to be able to outspeed if Scissor didn't. Scissor's got max speed, max attack. Nidoking just needs to survive a shot. That's all it is. I didn't predict a switch there, but we do have we've got Fire Blast on him. So, is what it is. Now, the sun is still up, so Fire Blast is going to do a lot of damage. And I mean a lot of damage. Boom! Got him! Fire Blast was going to do a lot of damage no matter what. It was just a matter of dealing with that Landorus. Now we've shown off the fact that we've got the Fire Blast in here. Genesect, what's up, buddy? Now, we do have to worry about the fact that, well, special attack rose against Nidoking. Nidoking is bulky, max HP, max special attack. Fire Blast has a chance to miss, though. We can go for Earth Power, do some neutral damage. Hope that Genesect doesn't survive it. Now we're rolling with it. We're going for it. 100% going for it. I don't care if that Ice Beam's coming our way. Going for it. Didn't work. Alright, Azumarill. Now that Techno Blast should be electric, should be super effective against Azumarill. Whew. We can't go for the Brick Break because he's going to outspeed us with it. As little HP as we've got here, probably not going to survive too much. Play Rough, not going to be able to do that much. Aqua Jet's not going to win it for us. Why not? Let's go for it. Let's go for the Brick Break. Aqua Jet's not going to win it for us. We know that much. Looks like he's locked into Ice Beam, too. We got the Assault Vest. Oh, what's up? Is he locked into Ice Beam? Is that Choice Specs? Assault Vest. Boom. Aqua Jet, GG. Going for it.